Obviously, you had a huge game early in the season and you got to play a little bit, but you've been playing more lately. How do you describe maybe just your comfort level now compared to the beginning of the season?
Just getting used to everything out there, learning from the vets, be on the floor a little bit, just watching the game in general, just sitting on the bench and just observing as much as possible. And, as soon as when I get out there, I'm more comfortable.
As far as your shooting, were you always a good shooter, or when did it kind of start clicking as far as your ability to knock down shot?
I've always been a good shooter ever since I was younger. I worked hard, stay in the gym each and every day. My pops and other coaches, and it just improving every year.
What are some guys you kind of looked up to in the league as far as shooters? Who are your guys?
Steph, Clay, definitely those two guys. I always watched when I was younger. Rip Hamilton, all the older guys as well. I watch on YouTube and things like that. So I studied them.
What's it kind of like when you're on the court and you see Steph, a guy you grew up? I mean, I guess you might see him tomorrow if he plays, but what's that kind of like for you? Just getting to do that.
Dream come true. Stepping on the floor with him is crazy to me. I think I stepped on the floor with him early in the season and I guarded him, and it was unreal. So I definitely joyful to be out there.
Antonio, last few games you've really raised your three-point percentage. Is that because you're just getting more time, or you're just in a hot streak? What would you credit that to?
Just stay in the gym. Just getting up 500 to 1,000 shots a day. I did that early in the season, just getting here every night and just get up reps after reps. And, I always been like that since college. So, I think that's the reason why I'm shooting so well right now.
They had Jose mic'd up in the most recent game. I don't know if you saw the clip. He was like, I don't think Antonio's missed a shot in like 5 games. Were you aware of the fact that you had like a 12? You made 12 shots in a row, for example, at one point?
No, I was just out there competing, giving it my all. I wouldn't even worry about the misses or makes. Every shot I threw up, it went in, and I was just competing out there. So
you feel like you got to the point where your confidence level, I don't know if there ever was a point this season where you hesitated to shoot, but you feel like you got to the point now, like especially in that last game where there's like no hesitation. I get the ball and I'm shooting.
Yeah, no conscience. Playing with the guys earlier, I'm in the NBA, it's different. Playing with those guys I grew up playing and things like that. So I had to just get used to it and comfortable out there. So I feel like, I did that over the course of the season.
So Antonio, on this question, who's the best three-point shooter on this team? You, Trey, Jordan, you?
I'm going to say me, 100%. So,
you guys ever have those competitions in practice that we don't get to see?
No, we haven't. We haven't. Nah, not me or Trey or anything like that. So hopefully, coming soon.
Just going back to like your high school, what's the most of these you ever just knocked down in a game? Do you remember?
Ooh, I don't know. I say around like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah, something
high school,
like.
probably.
Yep, high school. It wasn't college. Nah, not at all. No.
What's it been like to see so many of the guys that you played with in college kind of get a foothold in the NBA? And I mean, I think a lot of them seem to be in a similar situation as you, where it's like they're not getting to play. Not many rookies do get to play 35 minutes a game, but they're all trying to like. Do you talk to some of those guys about their experience that they've had so far, similar to you? Or?
Yeah, I talked to Rob and Reed a little bit. Rob, same situation as me. Haven't gotten a game and things like that. So I just tell him, stay focused, stay the course. I was a vet on the team in college, so I mentored him when he was, with me and things like that. So I just tell him, stay focused and stay positive about it.
Having like growing up in Chicago, like who'd you kind of grow up? Who were your guys growing up like that you looked up to?
As far as the NBA, I say D Rose.
Okay.
I always watched D Rose when I was younger, in my grandmother's kitchen and things like that. So I say he's the guy I looked up to.
Great, thank you,
man.
Antonio.
Appreciate it.
Hey, did you know the guy that you had
Yeah.
The guy, he was like a baseball coach.